Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys on the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. Again, we had a major bounce last week, and we did have our two hammer candles coming out. We did have our confirmation on our bounce on the lower of our channel that we have been tracking. And so our question from here was, are we going to break bullish on this flag here, or are we going to continue on lower, as we do have CPI coming in on Friday, and then the following week we have our third rate hike and our second 50-point base rate hike. We're going to see exactly how the market reacts. I'm going to go over all this with you guys. Now, before I jump into this, all I ask in return is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates every single day that I mentioned throughout the week. And again, if you guys are day traders or you are looking for those same day movers that happen throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the S&P 500, again, this is the SPY. We have been tracking the upper end and the lower end of our channel here. We did get our bounce last week with our hammer candles coming out on a neutral Fed minutes. We mentioned that we could break bullish of our channel that we were tracking here, and sure enough, we did. We did get that continuation on higher, and now we are looking to see if we can continue on with that momentum. Now, again, we did get that spike. Now we are forming a flag here, and so our question is, are we going to break above this flag, or will we have a pullback? Now, we are leading into the CPI this Friday, and then the following week, we have our third rate hike, which is our second 50-point base rate hike, which we're going to have a reaction to. We'll see exactly how the market reacts here, but what I do believe is that we will have a reaction. If we do have a pullback, we'll be looking for two things here. We'll be looking for a possible invert head and shoulder, or we will have an overreaction of the downside, which we cannot rule out. And if we do continue on lower, we will possibly overextend to the lower end of our channel again, even possibly wick below it as we did previously, and then continue it on higher. Again, we even mentioned if we did continue on into lower lows here, which a lot of people thought we were going to have a possible 30% crash at this point. However, we did stick to our indicator here, and we did have this bounce. So if we do have a major pullback, we will be looking for, again, very similar things to happen here, for a hammer candle coming out and for a possible bullish move. Possibly we get a bear flag that turns out bullish here, and then we have a possible continuation on higher. We'll be looking for possible breakouts here, and if we do have this pullback for this invert head and shoulder, then we could possibly get that hammer candle coming out just above our previous lows of the year. So that would be what we'd be looking for. So we're going to let the play come to us here. If we are going to play to the downside, then we are assuming that there is no bullish momentum that could be leading into CPI. But however, if we do play to the upside, then we're assuming that the market is bullish and that we may test the lower end of our 50-day moving average, which in my opinion, as you guys can see, as far as profit, there's not a lot of profit to be made here if we are leading into CPI with the lower end of our 50-day moving average coming over here. But however, playing to the downside, as you guys can see, there's a lot more profit to be made. Again, this is not financial advice, but again, you can see there's more room to the downside than there is to the upside. So we're going to very much let the market come to us, and also keep in mind we have triple witching on June 17th. So in my opinion, if we do have an overreaction to the downside to the lower end of our channel, then we could have a major spike and possibly get higher highs here. That is what I'm expecting if, again, we do have that major pullback and overreaction to the lower end of our channel here, because again, we do have triple witching. There's going to be a lot of rebalance, a lot of possible corporate buybacks, a lot of insider buying, and trillions of dollars repositioning on future contracts. So that very much could have an overreaction with shorts switching into longer calls, and that very much could be that reaction to the upside. So that is exactly what we're looking for here on the S&P 500. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Again, looking for a possible invert head and shoulder here, or having our overreaction to the lower end of our channel for that major spike up is what we're going to keep an eye on. And very similar here on our invert head and shoulder, if we do have a pullback, we're not going to buy here on this pullback. We're going to be buying, again, on our confirmation on our invert head and shoulder, and again, getting that confirmation and then possibly testing the upper end of our channel here. So we're going to keep an eye on this, look to see exactly what CPI mentions, and as we do have a white shaded line coming in here, as we are below the median of our MACD with our EMA lines, we're going to keep an eye on exactly how CPI reacts and how we react to our third Fed rate hike next week. Now, again, with that said, if you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts, if you are day traders, if you're looking for those major breakouts within the same day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout like today again. And again, all of you instables that have been coming over every single day and supporting the channel, you guys are the best. I appreciate every one of you guys. We're going to continue to go at it. Again, the market, if it has a pullback and we have a major pullback, for example, there's a lot of opportunity coming. I feel like when people quit the market, I think it's just, I understand. Maybe there's no money to be in the market with at that point, right? Maybe they've lost enough, they just can't handle it, and I get it. In my opinion, there's a lot of opportunity. I've been waiting, again, we've been waiting since 440s, 450s, mentioning that we're going to continue on lower here in the market. So we were prepared. I've been waiting for opportunities, and if the market comes back to a major pullback one more time, then there's a possibility I may be playing into long plays at that point. So again, we're going to keep an eye on this to see exactly what data we get from the Feds and what data we get from CPI, how exactly the Feds react, and just staying focused on the Feds and exactly what they keep mentioning. So that way we do find our bottom and find our amazing long plays that we're going to have. I'm telling you, there's a lot of discounts in the market. And I know the question is, when should I be buying? And the answer is, let the Feds speak to us and continue to watch our charts here. Continue to look at how the market reacts. Again, if we have an overreaction with our Fed rate hike and we do not break into the lower lows, that is very much something to take in consideration, because that is, again, a loss of fear, not dropping into lower lows, even though we did have a pullback. That is stuff that we need to be watching out for. And again, just staying patient, letting the plays come to us, and we will continue to go at it. Again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.